Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Cahaya Aprilia. Here I will discuss the development of issue Indonesia. The issue that currently being developed is about the increase the price of the interest ticket to Borobudur Temple, which has increased to the 750 rupiah for local tourists, which is currently being debated by the public. The coordinating Minister for the Maritime Affairs and Investment Luhut bin Sarpanjaitan has just announced the interest ticket price to Borobudur Temple is the 750,000 rupiah for the local tourists. Meanwhile, for foreign tourists, the entrance ticket to Borobudur is set to $100. Luhut said that the price for the entrance ticket to Borobudur Temple and 750 rupiah need to be done to limit the number of visits. He targeted with the new Borobudur entrance ticket the number to visit to Buddhist temple 1,200 people per day. Meanwhile, for foreign tourists, Luhut continue a Borobudur entrance ticket will be charged at the $100,000 or equivalent to the 1,440,000 or almost double the price of the entrance ticket to Borobudur Temple for the local tourists. We also agree and plan to limit the quota of the tourists who want to go to up to Borobudur Temple to the 1,200 people per day, said Luhut quote for his Instagram account. With a fee, the price of a entrance ticket to Borobudur Temple of the $100 for foreign tourists and domestic tourists, 750,000. Especially for students, we provide a fee Borobudur entrance ticket of the 5,000 rupiah, he said again. The management has also spoken about the increase in the ticket price. Borobudur Temple is a tourist spot which is now under the management of the tourist BUMN PT Taman Wisata Candi Borobudur, Prambanan and Ratu Boko. The president director of Borobudur Prambanan and Ratu Boko Temple Tourist Park Edi Setijono explained that the Borobudur entrance ticket costs 750 per person for the local tourists only to climb to Borobudur Temple, while the price for the entrance ticket to the temple area is still the 50,000 per person for the tourists. Meanwhile, at the Borobudur ticket to go up to the temple, the regular ticket Borobudur Temple entrance ticket is still the same for the foreigners, 100,000 rupiah for the foreign tourists and $20. Only ticket for this area valid only until the temple ground. Eddie said the quotes by Antara Sunday, 5 June and 2022. Eddie said that the ticket price for climbing the temple building was and 750 rupiah for local tourists and $100 for the foreign tourists, which was determined through the coordination meeting with the central government. He explained that the reason for the determination of the ticket price was because there was a quote system per day for those who were allowed to go up to Borobudur Temple. The government has set a quote that allowed to climb to the top of the temple only 1,200 people per day. The determination of the quota aims to protect the Borobudur Temple building and conservation in order to preserve the historical and the cultural wealth of the archipelago. Eddie revealed that the Borobudur Temple building began to be silent and ignored, which is true too because by an exit law to the tourist visit. Previously, the coordinating Minister of Maritime Affairs explained that Borobudur Temple is an Indonesian culture heritage designated as a World Culture Heritage Site by UNESCO, with reliefs that are full of the meaning, especially of the Buddhists and humans. It is important to pay special attention to preserving the rich history and the culture of the archipelago. According to Coordinating Minister Luhut, as a historical site, Borobudur Temple has various vulnerabilities and threats. Based on the studies for various experts who provide input the government, the condition of the historic site is currently starting to experience weathering. It doesn't stop there. The effect of climate change, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes are also challenged in the protecting Borobudur Temple. Later, all the prospective tourists who want to visit Borobudur Temple are required to make an only reservation in the order regulate to the flow of visitors. Judy Conference said the coordination minister Luhut that the local residents would also be invited to contribute more. So the tourists would have to graduates for the local residents around the Borobudur temple area. Tourist officer at the University of Jenderal Sudirman, Kusmeru said that the restriction could be weighed out. However, regarding to Borobudur temple ticket price, which is called at 750,000 per person, he considered that the figure to be high. Effort to limit the number of visitors accompanied by the ticket rates going to up the temple by the 750 will of course have a bad impact on the development of the tourist industry. He told Liputan6.com Monday, 6 June 2022. The tariff limit is the initial recommended number for visitors who will enter the upper area of Borobudur Temple. Meanwhile, for the courtyard area, the ticket price is still the 50,000 per person. At least, he said there were the 3 points of bad impact from the high tariff that had not yet been determined. First, this excessively high tariff will have the impact on the bad image domestic tourists. It is feared that there will be assumption of the communication and the capitalization of Borobudur. The temple, which has historical, culture, and religious value, is used as an arena for the seeking economic gain, he explained. Second, it is estimated that there will be a significant decrease in the number of visits to Borobudur due to the imposition of high tariff. This will happen to tourists who have never visited Borobudur. They will think again because the cost to Borobudur could be any more expensive than the cost of the hotel and transportation, he explained. The third, for family tourists, the tariff will be a burden because they have to spend a lot of money. Although tourists are only charged an entrance fee in the Borobudur area on 50,000 rupiah without going up to the top temple, it is certainly not satisfying. Member of Commission FE of DPR Dedi Yefri Sitorus criticized the plan of the increased tariff for local tourists to go to the Borobudur temple area. He also asked that the planned tariff, the 750,000, be cancelled because he was worried that it would have a negative impact on the visitor and local resident. This has the potential to have negative impact on the number of visitors to Borobudur. As the result, the people around the Borobudur temple area will lose significant income, said Dedi in the written statement Monday, 6 June. Dedi said that the reason for the increase in the rest to limit the number of visitors who were allowed to go up to Borobudur temple was also the unreasonable. He considered if you want to give visitors to the temple area the 1,200 people, you don't have to increase the tariff. Instead of being for the conservation purpose, according to Denny, this tariff increase actually seems to be commercialization of the cultural heritage. Instead of being for conservation purpose, according to Dedi, this tariff increase actually seems to be the commercialization of the cultural heritage. Historical sites such as Borobudur Temple have actually been protected by law number 11 of the 2010 concerning a culture conservation. So, if the reason for the imposing the fantastic price to limit the number of the visitor and the protect Borobudur temple, it doesn't make sense. I think the extent of the law is enough to protect it, he explained. The PDIP politician added that the increase in the tariff also is not in the favor of the people, especially the poor. It is feared the people with the lower middle economy will find it difficult to go up to Borobudur temple area. Especially if you come with a family, the ticket price can be higher than the minimum work for the workers when visiting with the family. If you use conservation principle, it should only limit it to the number of the people, not financial capacity, explained Dedi. Dedi then compared with the similar historical sites in various countries. For example, the rise in admission to the Orchopolis site along with the 5 other sites in Greece cost only €30 or around 464,000. Likewise, with World Heritage sites in Italy were its entrance ticket to the three main sites, namely the Colosseum, Forum, and Palatio, cost €18 or around 278,000. Not much different from the other famous sites in the world, namely the Pyramid of Giza in Egypt and the Taj Mahal in India, where the increase ticket is only $25 arrive and $13 or around 360,000 to the 433. The rate includes the agreed package and the photo service. So the policy need to be reviewed because it has the potential to cause the polemic in the community, continued Dedi. He suggests that it was better for Borobudur temple and enforce the rule of who comes first can be increased up to the maximum number set, or who register first through the application may go up the temple area. It would be better if it was communicated between those who come the first and those who registered first through the application, so that there was justice between those who had the access to the application and those who did not, he continued. Similarly, a member of the commission DPR from the Democrat Party faction Putu Supatma Rudana assessment the increasing the ticket price to Borobudur temple was not appropriate. This is because the people part can say the power is still low after the COVID-19 pandemic. Putu, who is also the chairman of Indonesian Museum Association, said the government should reconsider a decision. This is because the increase in the tariff can have an impact on the silence in the number of the tourists. which will have the impact on the economy of the community around Borobudur Temple. Don't let this increase actually have the detrimental impact on the surrounding community would depend for their life on the tourist visit, especially SMEs, said Puto. Previously, the government, through uncoordinated Minister for the Maritime and the Enforcement, Menko Marves Luhut bin Sarpanjaitan, decided to increase the tariff to go to up to Borobudur Temple area 750,000 for domestic tourists and $100 for the foreign tourists. Meanwhile, the entrance ticket price to Borobudur Courtyard complex remained at the 50,000. The government has also agreed to limit the tourist quota to Borobudur Temple to only 1,200 people per day. In addition, all the tourists must use the service of the tour guide for local residents around the Borobudur area. We are taking this step to solve for the sake of the preserving and the rich history and culture of the archipelago, said the Luhut. Until here, my discussion about the issue Indonesia. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.